What's up, everybody? Smackdown review. So you guys know, Dolph Ziggler returned to Smackdown. Unexpectedly returned to Smackdown. Maybe the glasses too. But yeah, Smackdown started off with Big E Langston coming out. He returned. Yeah, Big E Langston. Hey, what's up? How you doing? So SmackDown started off with Big E Langston coming out. He's returned after being gone 6 weeks. He was still wearing his brace on his leg though, so he's still not medically cleared to compete. I guess they just wanted him to return to use him for a storyline that was going to happen later on. But yeah, Big E returned. I don't know when he's going to be back full time to wrestling. Don't know when that's going to happen. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens in the future when he actually returns, because he has a torn meniscus, so that might take a while. Also, we have Mustafa Ali versus Cien Almas, which was a good match. Mustafa Ali defeated Cien Almas. We were talking about Money in the Bank, that just for nose. What's up, Josh? How you doing? How y'all doing? But also, Mustafa Ali defeated Cien Almas. And it was rumored Mustafa Ali was supposed to be the Money in the Bank winner, but Brock Lesnar took that spot. How you doing, Amar and Josh? How you doing? And then it led on to Sami Zayn versus Kofi Kingston, which Kofi Kingston defeated Sami Zayn with Trouble in Paradise. Sami Zayn's just being, buried, basically. They're not doing anything with him. They're not pushing him in the main event. They're not giving him special treatment. He got kicked out of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Sami Zayn's basically just not really important. They don't really care for him. He came back from an injury, had a match with Finn Balor. Yeah, I got one wearing my Dolph Ziggler t-shirt. It's my Dolph Ziggler shirt. So yeah, I actually like Dolph Ziggler. Don't talk about Dolph Ziggler in a second. But yeah, Kofi Kingston defeated Sami Zayn, and that led on to Paul Heyman coming out with a briefcase. They're going to tease Brock cashing in on him. And then Dolph Ziggler attacked him out of nowhere. So unexpected. I thought you can see my reaction in my reaction video, like 7 minutes into the video. I was like, oh my God, Dolph Ziggler attacked him. Dolph Ziggler made a statement on Smackdown that he will become the WWE champion. So there's a chance that Dolph Ziggler might be champion. Or feud with Kofi Kingston. Now, Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler, they go way back to 2009. Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler, they've had so many matches together, it's ridiculous. For the U.S. title, mainly, an Intercontinental title. Kofi and Dolph Ziggler, they go way back to, like, the old days in wrestling. Well, not the old days, but 2009, 2010, they always used to wrestle. The only difference now is going to be for the WWE Championship. Who knows? You want Dolph Ziggler to beat Kofi Kingston, or do you want Kofi Kingston to beat Dolph? I don't know. I want Dolph Ziggler to become the WWE champion, but not too many people would agree with that. But also, then we had R-Truth had the 24/7 title going backstage, and everybody was chasing. Basically, with the 24/7 title, every show it's going to be like a group of people chasing somebody for the title. That's the only segments I can think of. You're the 24/7 champion. People are just going to be chasing you in every episode. Someone's going to chase you, and that's it. R-Truth had the belt disguised as a woman, and people were just chasing him to the arena. He grabbed Carmella and ran out. He was wearing like a blonde wig or whatever. Then we had, I kind of missed a little bit of SmackDown. I didn't watch all of it. We had Lacey Evans and Charlotte Flair versus Bayley and Becky Lynch. Yeah. I didn't care too much for that match. People feel Charlotte's always in the spotlight, but Charlotte lost her belt in like 5 minutes. We're going back to SmackDown. Let's see what's going on Twitter right now. Yeah, they were different. New Day wasn't together then. I don't care about the Miz and Mrs. Twitter always posts Miz and Mrs. stuff after SmackDown. I don't know who watches Miz and Mrs. I don't. Let's see, SmackDown. They had the Elias versus Roman Reigns rematch. Elias is on top of a truck singing songs, you know, about how much he hated where he was at. And it looks like Bayley and Becky defeated Charlotte Flair and Lacey Evans. And then, of course, in SmackDown main event, Elias versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, Roman Reigns defeated Elias, and then Drew McIntyre attacked him. It's kind of funny. Drew McIntyre took out Dolph Ziggler, but Dolph Ziggler is a heel and might become the WWE champion. Isn't that kind of weird? Like, they're giving Dolph Ziggler a title shot, but they're not going to give Drew McIntyre a title shot. Drew McIntyre, to me, is just a bodyguard for other people. That's all Drew McIntyre has been doing since he returned to the WWE. He was Dolph Ziggler's bodyguard, kind of, because Dolph Ziggler was the Intercontinental Champion. And now, Drew McIntyre is Shane McMahon's bodyguard. Johnny, WWE, you think that Brock's going to cash in on Seth? That's what they're doing. All Drew McIntyre is a bodyguard for people. They're not even doing nothing with him. So Brock's going to cash in on Seth because of that pay-per-view coming up of Showdown? That makes sense. I'm going to miss that pay-per-view, kind of. I'm going to watch it when I get home from work that day it happens. It's going to be really early in the morning. Yeah, there is. I didn't watch John Wick, no. I didn't watch it. But yeah, but the biggest moment of SmackDown was Dolph Ziggler returning. Yeah. You give Dolph Ziggler a push just to use it as a reason to cash in. But someone told me that Brock Lesnar wanted to be on, they're going to have Brock Lesnar, the WWE champion, on SmackDown, because SmackDown's moving to Fox. And Brock Lesnar brings ratings. Nicole, nah, no one. R-Truth had the belt with him on SmackDown, but no one took it from him. So R-Truth is still the 24/7 champion. So yeah, R-Truth is still champion. And already, so it was Titus O'Neil, Robert Roode, and now R-Truth. No one took his belt yet. They ran away. But the 24/7 rule is just people chasing people for the belt. That's all it is. Just giving people an extra payday, really. But SmackDown was okay. Had some shock value in a rematch. Singh brothers. I saw a video about the Singh brothers, but I didn't know what was going on. Matt Hardy had a video before SmackDown about it, saying he's going to bring a ref with him, whatever, you know. But this 24/7 rule with this belt, where do you think this is going to lead on to exactly? You know? How long are they going to have this title? Till next year's WrestleMania? Then they like, you know what? We don't need this belt no more. It's going to be like, this is like what you call the jobber title. It's a jobber belt for people who didn't get a shot at winning a title. Braun Strowman winning the belt and holding it forever, that's a possibility. Nah, R-Truth was a U.S. champion a couple times. He was a tag team champion, I believe. R-Truth has held a couple belts. He was the U.S. champion not too long ago.
What?
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Yeah, he was a champion a few times.
Did you get everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so sorry about that. So anyways, yeah. For the 24/7 title, it kinda is what it is. I don't know what they're gonna do in the future with it. I don't really know who's gonna hold it, what's gonna happen from there. But it seems to me like there's gonna be a lot of title changes. And right, Braun could hold it and never lose it. Who knows? Who really knows? Going over Smackdown, it's like, okay, so Mustafa Ali beats Cien Almas. Big E Langston gets attacked on the night he returns. Kofi Kingston defeats Sami Zayn. Bayley and Becky Lynch beat Charlotte and Lacey Evans. Dolph Ziggler returns and Drew McIntyre shows up on SmackDown and attacks Roman Reigns. We're getting probably a Drew McIntyre Roman Reigns story. Although it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon at Showdown, which is okay. But shoot. Shane McMahon beat The Miz. Shane McMahon beat The Miz twice. So I don't know what direction The Miz is going, what direction any of this. Nicole, I hope Dolph Ziggler is the next WWE champion. I really do. Kevin Owens came out and talked to New Day. Then he just left. Yeah, he has good promo skills. He could sell really well, but he had concussions. Jack Swagger kicked him in the head and gave him a concussion, Nicole. That's why he got held back. You get a concussion, your career goes kind of downhill. So, yeah. But I would hope that they give Dolph Ziggler the title. I'd hope so. But for some reason, I think they might have Brock cash in on Kofi or Dolph Ziggler. Do you guys like Kofi Kingston as WWE champion? For Kofi or Dolph Ziggler? Nicole, are you talking about Kofi or Dolph Ziggler? Dolph. You know, about Dolph, you don't want the music, it's the black tights. Finn Balor was not on SmackDown. I don't know where it happened. I don't know about Finn. I liked that gimmick with Dolph Ziggler though. You know what? A couple of years ago, I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to win the Royal Rumble. He dropped the United States title the night after he won it on I think it was Night of Champions or Clash of Champions. He dropped the belt. Then he was number 30 in the Royal Rumble. Then he got eliminated. I thought Dolph Ziggler was going to win that Royal Rumble. But nope, they didn't do it. I think Dolph Ziggler is gold. Buddy Murphy, he does some promos on SmackDown here and there, but he's not doing too much. Buddy Murphy, I don't even know. I guess he's SmackDown because, you know, he does promos on SmackDown. Cedric Alexander's on Raw. Brock won the Royal Rumble in 2003. Yeah. So yeah, Brock's only won one Royal Rumble. Somebody made a point earlier. It would be interesting if Braun Strowman won the 24/7 belt. That would be interesting. You know? Yeah, no Finn Balor tonight. No Finn Balor. Christian, yeah. I don't think Edge or Christian are going to be back in the WWE. I don't think they really want to be there anyways. Christian retired, and Edge, he had neck problems, so he had to retire. I wish Christian kind of stayed a champion, though. The day Christian won the world title, and then he dropped it, I was not happy about that. He dropped it the night after to Randy Orton. Cesaro. Cesaro has a new gimmick right now, kind of. I think Cesaro is extremely talented. Cesaro is a better wrestler than most people on the roster. Not next to Cien Almas or anything. But Cesaro lacks personality. That's why Cesaro isn't getting anywhere. Cesaro's lack of personality, that's what holds him back so much. Randy Orton's going to be facing Triple H at Showdown, but Randy Orton's not on TV or anything. Smackdown's only a 2-hour show, so, I mean, they can't really fit so many people in there. Cesaro, yeah, you know what? I like his new gimmick. You know, I'll tell you something funny about Cesaro. Back in the day, they wanted to do a staple with Cesaro, Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman. Because Cesaro is a Paul Heyman guy with the whole King of Swing gimmick. And the only reason they did that was so that people would watch Cesaro wrestle. And it put Cesaro in a bad situation. Cesaro is really, really good. He's really good. I like Cesaro too. Yeah, he does. That's what hurts Cesaro. He has no personality. Kind of like John Morrison. He had no personality. So John Morrison didn't make it to the top. John Morrison, he's doing much better now. Or Johnny Impact. He's in Impact Wrestling, but he's improved a lot. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta leave a company to improve. EC3 has real good mic skills too, and is very entertaining. But they're not gonna push EC3 at all. Sadly. I don't like talking about EC3. Is that true? I mean, here's the thing about Cien Almas. Or Andrade, whatever you want to call him. He has Selena Vega to talk for him, just like Paul Heyman has... No, Brock Lesnar has Paul Heyman to talk for him. He has Selena Vega. Selena Vega can talk for him. He doesn't need to talk. Selena Vega can be his mouthpiece. The Great Khali had a mouthpiece. Umaga had a mouthpiece. All you need is a mouthpiece. You're good. Really? They got Selena Vega. But you know what? It's kind of how it is. I guess. You know what? Here's the funny thing. At NXT Full Sail, and they have a thing. I remember that when he did that. Is that why Vince doesn't like EC3 so much? Now, here's the thing. He does have character. He has character, in my opinion. His in-ring work is a little bit bad. He's not the best in the ring, but... It's like either you have one of the... kind of like Ricochet. Ricochet is really good in the ring, but he's horrible on the mic. Hurts him. Ricochet can't talk either. But remember Shelton Benjamin? Another example. Yeah, remember, like I said, Shelton Benjamin? Shelton Benjamin is probably one of the best wrestlers they had on the roster at one time. But Shelton Benjamin couldn't talk. So Shelton Benjamin didn't get that push. Roman Reigns is improving a little bit on it. You got Roman Reigns, and he's not the best. But he's a decent wrestler, and he's big, so best 2 out of 3. I can't say Roman Reigns can cut a decent promo. I think Seth Rollins is boring. I think Seth Rollins is a pretty boring wrestler. But maybe you don't agree. I think AJ Styles isn't the best with personality. It's like the guys who have a personality are the ones that can't wrestle, and the ones that have a bad personality are the ones that can wrestle. Killian Dane's going back to NXT. Sanity wasn't doing anything on the main roster. The Miz beat up Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, and Eric Young. Sanity, they're jobbers. They don't do anything. I think there's some more wrestling news here, as I haven't really been looking at much wrestling news. So we'll see. My favorite NXT match? Johnny Gargano versus Cien Almas was really good. But I did like Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano at TakeOver. That was a great match. What was your favorite NXT match? DIY versus AOP in the ladder match. Here we go. Here's some news. AJ Styles talks joining Monday Night Raw and signing his last contract. You think AJ Styles will leave the WWE? Okay, here's some news. WWE is once again going overboard with its push of Roman Reigns. AJ Styles says the new contract signed with WWE will be his last. So AJ Styles is done with the WWE after this contract. Brock Lesnar cash-in rumor. Yeah. What about Samoa Joe? Someone told me it's because he's fat. They think he's fat. So, let's see. Let's see. WWE reportedly doesn't plan on having Brock hold the Money in the Bank briefcase very long. Dave Meltzer. He's the guy who always gives out these bogus rumors. So, Brock Lesnar's probably going to cash in early. Yep, Samoa Joe is pretty good. I like Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe should be the WWE or Universal Champion, in my opinion. Samoa Joe can talk trash and he can back it up. But Samoa Joe, I don't know, he's feuding with Rey Mysterio, which is such a mismatch to me. I'm happy he's U.S. champion. James Storm. I like Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan's a pretty good heel. Yep, he's ready for WWE. You know, Matt Morgan's like is the governor or mayor of somewhere in Orlando, I think. Booker T says the war is on between WWE and AEW. Jackson Riker? Gunner? Oh yeah, Gunner. From the Forgotten Sons. You know, I'll talk about the Forgotten Sons for a minute. You know, the Forgotten Sons, in my opinion, are not that bad as people say they are. On the internet, people bash the Forgotten Sons a lot. But they're actually a decent heel staple, and they could actually get some credibility if they're used right in NXT. I think on NXT with the Forgotten Sons, what they're doing is they're trying to build them properly. Like, they don't want them to just give them a bunch of stuff. You know? So, the Forgotten Sons, I think, could eventually be a very high standard, staple if they just use them a little bit correctly. Now, Gunner, Dojovic, I think he's injured right now. He was supposed to face Velveteen Dream. But Dojovic, or if I said his name right, I know who you're talking about, but I think he got injured. He might be out for a while. He's supposed to face Velveteen Dream, and he's really good. If you saw his match with Keith Lee, he's really good. He can actually talk okay. He's actually decent on the mic. Needs a little bit of work, but he's alright. Yep, it's AJ's last contract. But think about it. AJ Styles, he's like 30 years old. Or 40 years, he's 40 years old. I mean, shoot. He's in his 40s. When you're in your 40s, there's not much, you're just going to get slower. Know what I mean? So, like John Cena. John Cena's really old, so he doesn't wrestle too much. Pete Dunne's going to be facing Walter again soon. Now, Pete Dunne's actually kind of grown on me a bit. I like Pete Dunne. Well, I like Walter too. But Pete Dunne, if he went to the main roster, he wouldn't be doing too much. I don't know what Pete Dunne would be doing, honestly. Now the Revival, they beat the Usos, but the Revival have been really misused. I think Mustache Mountain are an excellent tag team. I like Mustache Mountain. They're excellent. Their match at Undisputed Era was a great match on TakeOver. One of the best tag matches I've ever seen, next to DIY versus AOP. Which AOP, they should return shortly. I think Razor got injured. Akam, Razor, one of them got injured. I don't know which one. They look kind of alike, so I can't really see. But I like the Authors of Pain. The Authors of Pain were getting a push, but one of them got injured, so they can't do nothing. You know? But who I like is maybe not who you like. I'm not a fan of Kofi Kingston. The Undisputed Era on the main roster. They're really over, but I don't think Vince is going to use them right. I don't think Vince is going to really give them what they... I mean, Adam Cole, I don't think he's Mr. McMahon's type so much. I think once they go to the main roster, they're gonna kind of like, they'll be like in the tag division, maybe get the Intercontinental or United States Championship. Velveteen Dream. Some say Velveteen Dream is gonna end up like Goldust. But on NXT, those people are so over. Adam Cole's really is extremely over. Velveteen Dream has a great marketable character. I think Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, I think they're all good. Now Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's really good. I like him. I like Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle's one of my favorites. Cassius Ohno's probably going to stay on NXT. Then you have, yeah. Then you have look at what Aleister Black's doing, though. Aleister Black ain't doing nothing either. He's just doing promos on Smackdown. Here's my opinion of Velveteen Dream. I think Velveteen Dream should stay in NXT for a while and not leave. He's only, like you said, he's only 23. He's got time to keep putting on good matches. Maybe become the NXT champion one day. You know, Velveteen Dream is young and he has a lot of time. I don't want to see Velveteen Dream on the roster right now. He's got so much. He's got a whole career ahead of him. He doesn't need to go to the main roster or prove nothing. Those guys are way too much for him. Am I making any sense? That be Velveteen Dream's new gimmick? Nah. Velveteen Dream's just Velveteen Dream. Likes to get inside your mind with things. That's all. He's like Goldust. I like him, but in a way, he goes to the main roster, it's Dream over. But Velveteen Dream has time. Don't just put him there. Give him some time. Let him get better. But Adam Cole, I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know. I honestly couldn't predict to you what direction Adam Cole will go. Fatal 4-way match? I thought the War Raiders left NXT already. NXT is all spoiled. They have every show during the week. So, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, they're not bad. Tag division on NXT is kind of going down. One more match? Yeah. I think they're going to give the Forgotten Sons or Undisputed Era the tag titles. People feel the Street Profits are pretty good. I think the Street Profits are alright, but then you have Crime Time. Remember Crime Time with Chad and whatever. Street Profits, they're gonna end up like Crime Time. If you remember Crime Time with Shad and JT, they're probably gonna end up like them. They're gonna see no direction for them. I don't see the Street Profits really getting that much of a push. Maybe they'll win the titles in NXT, but on the main roster, I don't think so. I'm tired of the Usos. I'm tired of New Day. I was tired of the Bar too. Really? Is that true? I'll look that up. What happened though? They realized they were stupid. He was big and athletic for his size. He was an alright heel. Shad Gaspard. Says here he's blacklisted from the WWE. Let's see, Shad. It says here, okay, I'm reading it right now. It says, Shad Gaspard reveals he was supposed to feud with Cena. Let's see. On Crime Time's breakup, what happened was it was just time. It was one of those things where we weren't getting titles for whatever reason, and if we break up, we can break up and always come back together because no matter what, we're still brothers. So plans for me that I was told a year later after I got released, I was told my plans with some old writers. A lot of them were live in LA, and we'd always talk. We always have lunches. A lot of them are working on Paramount. Oh, here we go. This guy used to be a wrestler, but no plan. But I know the plans for me. But I was supposed to go to Raw and face Cena, and I actually remember the day of the draft, and I didn't get drafted to Raw like I was supposed to that night. So I was like, something's up. So I came to Smackdown the next day. I remember walking down the hallway and seeing Michael Hayes, and I was like, hey, what am I doing today? And he says, I don't effing know because you're not supposed to be here. So it's supposed to be me versus Cena, and we were supposed to build me up to Major Hill on Raw. But because certain agents and certain people didn't think I'd observed, and all of a sudden I became a guy that can't wrestle. Alright, that explains it. So, that's basically what it was. You're right. You're right. But I don't know if he was supposed to be champion, though. I think. Was he supposed to be the WWE champion? What about Mark Henry? They could have given it to Mark Henry, but they didn't want to do that. That's all good. Why not give Booker T the WWE championship? Booker T needed it more than Shad. Or I think you said something to me earlier. Well, I guess we'll never know. Yeah, well, who knows? He might have became the WWE champion, but they dropped the ball on him. So, that's that. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler was supposed to get a huge push years and years ago, but that didn't happen either. A massive heel. He used to say, "It's my time." I remember in promos. But you know what? I do like other people. But yeah, guys, I gotta go to bed. I got work at 5 in the morning, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Vince promised Jinder a title run. Why? Hey, Jinder Mahal was a decent champion as a heel because everyone hated him. But Jinder Mahal, he was not a bad heel because everybody hated him. You know? I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT, so join my stream. But thank you.